All right, hey folks, my name is Jason of Wilmot. I am a growth hacking consultant and I run Hacktics.com where I help growth-hungry entrepreneurs build unstoppable sales funnels. And in this video, what I want to walk you through is how to position yourself as a growth hacker in this land of other digital marketers. You see, what I've found over the past few years are there's a lot of businesses that have a disdain for outside third parties or agencies. And I have no problem saying that there are terrific agencies out there, and that's unfortunate for them. But there's also terrible agencies out there of people who don't know what they're doing. They'll just take somebody's money. They don't know how to show results, right? So this whole term of digital marketer kind of gets a bad rap because there's people who aren't really performing in this game or aren't really, honoring their customers. They're not having this integrity or honest conversation with them, but it's primarily because they don't know how to show the customer proof, right? And what I stumbled onto a few years ago was this thing called growth hacking. And what growth hacking is essentially, it's way more than this, but let me boil it down for you. It's 1, can I track what I'm about to do? And then 2, can I scale it? And then 3, can I automate it? And the best way that I found to help businesses grow is actually through paid ads, right? If we're running ads on Facebook or on Instagram or on Google Search or on YouTube, can we actually follow the data all the way through and line it up with, hey, this is a conversion, this is a client, this is a customer. And it's this concept of proof that has really, really allowed me to differentiate myself amongst the digital marketers. You see, digital marketers or digital marketing agencies, they have this perception that it is their job to bring leads to a business. And there's no problem with that. But in the current climate, in the current era, I think it might be wiser to take this different approach. And this is the approach that I've been using for the last 2 years. I don't want to position myself as an outside third party. I want to position myself as somebody who's going to come inside the business, inside a client's business, and help them build an internal machine, a machine that works on their behalf. I don't want them to be dependent upon me, right? That is not a good long-term relationship, to be dependent upon somebody, right? I have found a great way to make a living by bringing qualified leads to businesses, and then I prove that the leads came from me. If I can't prove them, or I'm not bringing those clients to, or those leads to a business, then they have every right to kick me out and boot me out, right? Because there's not a good alignment and there's not a good fit. But a lot of times, people are trying to weave their way in of, hey, we're going to do so much for you. We're going to give you leads. I want this much up front. I want this retainer. What I'm telling you right now is businesses are skeptical of that. And yes, there's great agencies out there, and I don't want to knock them because I've worked with them and I know them, but I've also seen this done poorly. And what I want to do is I want to help people who want to get into this growth hacking world, and I want to help you do it well. So there it is. What you need to do is you need to position yourself as somebody who's coming to work internally to the business. And it's good for the business owner, right? You being a consultant, if you come into a business, you're actually a tax write-off. They're not going to have to pay insurance on you. They're not going to have to worry about you on their internal payroll. You are a tax deduction. So I want you to think about that from that aspect. But on the other aspect, I want you to think about that your job is to build an internal growth hacking machine that works on their behalf. One that can be automated and one that can be scaled. And the beautiful part is this. You don't have to show up and work with these businesses every single day, right? You don't have to show them the hours that you're putting in as long as you are bringing them results. Now, you have to be honest. You can't, ask for some giant retainer and then not give them results. No, what it all boils down to is math, right? Because math and money align very well in this digital marketing world. You're going to have to bring qualified leads to businesses, and you're going to have to prove that they came from you. And if you can then work out the math of this is how much we spent, right? This is how much a lead is costing you, a qualified lead, not just some junk lead. So if you can associate how much it costs to bring them a qualified lead, and then if you can figure out what the closing rate of those leads are for the business, you can work the math. And then so basically what you're going to figure out, is this a good relationship? If I bring you leads for X and you close them at this percentage, my rate is this Can this work for your business? And then if there is a yes, what you're going to do is simply this. You're going to build an automated sales funnel where you're bringing leads in off of Google search or Facebook or YouTube, all the things that I teach at Hacktics, right? And there's different spots to use each one of these things. There's different spots to go, arbitrage your competitors. There's different spots to be, using retargeting or remarketing, geo-targeting, if there's trade shows, like all of that. I walk through all of these scenarios with you because what you want to do is you want to bring leads to your clients. Like you want to serve them with qualified leads. And if you do that, they're just going to keep you on. They're going to pay you. They're going to compensate you for those leads. And there's a good, healthy, long-term relationship. So what I want you to kind of walk through and kind of understand is this fundamental principle of being a growth hacker. It doesn't have to be some external third-party play. It can be a play where you are coming to a business owner and you're going to, pitch them on what is, failing in their business. And most of the time it's this. Most of the time, these businesses out here don't even have a Facebook pixel or a retargeting pixel for Google on their website. And if you can show them that they're leaving money on the table, then you are going to win their business. The best way that I could explain to you how to get somebody's business is simply this. There are people coming to, let's say, you're pitching some person on their website right now. You can say, hey, I guarantee that people are coming to your Contact Us page, but for some reason, they're not actually reaching out. They're looking at other competitors. What are you doing to stay top of mind during this time? And my assumption is they're probably not doing anything. They're not remarketing. They're not retargeting. They're probably not running Google search ads. Or if they are, they're dependent upon, like this other person to run their search ads. They're dependent upon their social media marketing team. There's nobody really building them an automated funnel. And if you can do that, if you can show businesses where they're losing money, and if then you can build an automated sales funnel that brings them leads on a consistent basis, then you're going to find yourself in a very good long-term situation. The last thing that I would say is this. So I think I said at the beginning of this video, growth hacking comes down to three things. Tracking, can you track what you're about to do? 2, can you scale it? And then 3, can you automate it? The whole idea behind this growth hacking consultancy thing is you can't be trading your time for dollars, right? You have to build things that are automated. And businesses don't care if you're not trading your time, right? They're not going to check in on you and say, hey, did you put in enough hours this week, right? No, it is up to you to deliver the leads and to deliver the results and to prove the data, right? And if you can show yourself that you're increasing and you're improving every single week, they're not going to care how many hours you're putting into this. They just care about the quality of leads, right? They care about this machine that you're building them. So when you automate this for one client, then you can actually go and work with another client. And it's actually to your advantage and all of your businesses and all of your clients to do that, because what I've found is I've worked with like a lead gen client, and then I worked with a SaaS or software company, or you're working with somebody else. What you're going to see is that things are working for different businesses, and then you can apply that back to, your original first business to say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that we could do, this one hack. I want to implement it here, and then it works over here. So it's actually to your advantage to have multiple clients, and it's to your advantage then to build automated machines, because that will allow you to grow your own income, right? But that's also going to allow you to, scale what is working for each one of these companies. It's just going to be a win-win scenario. So there you go, folks. That is kind of an explanation of why I think the growth hacking world is a ripe opportunity. I think there's a lot of opportunity for digital marketers to hop into this, but the problem that most digital marketers have is they either haven't had the experience to, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars online like I have, so they know what works and they don't. They, so they don't know what works, or they don't have the right blueprint, or they haven't, had the opportunity to do this. So what I've done for you at Hacktics is I've built a webinar that you should come join, actually, where I'm going to teach you how to build your own growth hacking consultancy, and I'm going to give you the blueprints of, basically what you need to be pitching businesses, what you need to be delivering. I'm going to give you the contract that you need to provide them, and I'm going to give you the step-by-step blueprints to, think about the funnel in the right way, set up the tracking so that you can deliver your results and you know that the leads came from you. And then what I'm going to do is show you how to set up remarketing and retargeting on Facebook and Instagram, and then on Google Display as well as YouTube. And then I'm also going to show you how to run Google search and like all of these things that you need to be able to do. And they may not all be needed for one client, but I can guarantee that they're going to be used across several clients. And what I've done is I've built a blueprint that works, you know, to the tune of about $45 million that I've helped clients revenue. And so that's the proof. The proof is not in the pudding. The proof is in the conversions. And I have built a machine built upon or based upon these conversions. So there you go, folks. Here's a call to action, because every good marketer knows that you need one. So if you enjoyed this video, what I would appreciate is you liking this, hitting subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment below. I would love to engage with you there. But then also come to Hacktics to see exactly what I have built for businesses and built for specifically people who want to get into this growth hacking thing. And the last thing that I'll say is, once you come to my website and you qualify yourself, you're going to be hit with retargeting ads, remarketing ads, because that's what I practice and that's what I preach. So if you want to know how to do this for clients and how to grow your own consultancy, then I would invite you to click through, and then I would invite you to follow up, and hopefully I will get to meet you inside the Hacktics community. All right, hope you enjoyed that, folks. Adios. Bye.